All right, well, for more, let's bring in one of those astronauts that was on this weekend's flight, Voyager Space Holdings Chairman and CEO Dylan Taylor, who is also the founder of nonprofit Space for Humanity. Dylan, great to have you back on the show. Congrats on becoming an astronaut. I have to ask you about the flight. What was the best part? What was this experience like?
Well, good to see you, Morgan. Life-changing, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that. The ride-up is unbelievable. You know, you're riding a rocket, literally. But when you unstrap and you can go to the window and see the Earth from space, I know it's been said before by other people who've been there, but it's truly miraculous to see the Earth from space. It really is.
What was the training like?
The training was spectacular. We really came together as a crew, brothers and sisters for life. You know, you're going through something very, very unique and literally putting your life on the line. But the training was really, really fantastic, to the point where on game day, when we were loading in the rocket, I don't think any of us had the nerves that you would expect.
Now, you were one of the 4 folks on this mission that paid for your seat. How much did you pay? And how did this actual mission come together? When did you find out you were going to be on board?
Right. Well, I found out about maybe 3 months ago I was going to fly on Blue in the future. And then I found out maybe a month after that I was going to fly this year, which I was very, very happy to hear. Unfortunately, I can't disclose, Morgan, what I paid. I can say it's worth it. I can say that definitively. The other thing I just want to plug, if I can, is, you know, one of the call to actions I did for other commercial astronauts is buy one, give one. So I'm donating the equivalent of my ticket price to worthy causes here on Earth. And I think that's important, because part of the narrative around this is, you know, space is a selfish endeavor and it has nothing to do with the problems we have here on Earth. And I disagree with that. I think space is part of how we address problems here on Earth.
Yeah, and we were just having this discussion right before we brought you in, and it's the fact that it has been a record year for human spaceflight, both on the government side but also on the commercial side as well. It speaks to this trajectory we hear about from so many folks that have, like Jeff Bezos or like a Sir Richard Branson, that have invested in commercial space. This idea that it's going to be like the airline industry, where it starts with deep-pocketed folks that are willing to do a ride such as this, and then as it grows in scale and it grows in acceptability and becomes more mainstream, those prices come down and it becomes more commonplace. How long do you think that process takes?
I think we're going to be there sooner than we expect. I agree with David. I think this is going to be very commonplace here very soon. And for those of us who have been in the industry for a long time, and those of us at the Commercial Spaceflight Federation, this is what we've dreamed of, right? And so the ability to get people up there to have this unique experience and then hopefully come back and really work on some of the issues we have here on Earth, I think is the promise of space. It is a tool for transformation. I've always believed that, and now I know that.
Yeah, and of course you have been in this industry a long time, and you do have this company that you have been building as well that is eventually, I think, expected to go public via an IPO. We're keeping an eye out for a filing there. You're not focused on rockets. Your vision and your business strategy really lies with establishing and growing economic activity in space. So now that you have just made this trip, how does that impact your business thesis?
Well, it confirms it, right? So we were fortunate. We were one of the 3 winners that NASA just awarded the space station replacement contract to. And so I believe we need more destinations in space, right? And suborbital is a path to orbital, orbital is a path to lunar, lunar is a path to Mars and beyond. And so we're on a roadmap here to really open up the high frontier.
Dylan, thanks so much for joining us. Congrats on becoming an astronaut and on the trip. We appreciate your insights.